What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Welcome back. Hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be Bling Empire Season 1, Episode 5. So, it's Kevin's birthday. And the friends are getting together to throw Kevin a surprise birthday party. And what Kane is letting everybody know is that, Kevin said, hey, birthdays haven't always been good for him. He hasn't always had birthday celebrations and friends and stuff like that. And so, it was cool because all of these people have money, but they made him a birthday cake. I mean, they had a professional one too, but they made him a birthday cake, and so I thought it was really cool. He was surprised. He invited his mom over, and they got a chance to meet his mom. And of course, his mom was a character, and she was cutting up, and she had a really good conversation with Kim, because Kim wants to find her dad, and her mother told her. She said, "Listen, I get it that you don't want to hurt your mom's feelings and you don't want your mom to be upset. But at the end of the day, your mom will understand. Like, she loves you and she'll understand. Like, that's just, like, I get it. Kevin, I love Kevin, but I understand that this is what Kevin needs to have. This is what he needs to do, and understands and what have you. So, and then we had Kane. Kane is hilarious. Kane was telling Kevin's mom, "Oh, we love Kevin. Kevin is such a sweetie. Everybody loves him. My mom loves him. He's a little dumb sometimes. Like, I'm gonna need Kane to stop calling Kevin dumb, even though he ain't wrong all the time." But yeah, she. So yeah, she. I mean, so they had a nice time, And then we saw them partying it up and everything like that. So Kane actually tricked Kevin into doing some stupid ritual that he claims is like an old Filipino ritual, and he was like, you know what? I can always get Kevin to do the dumbest stuff. Like, the reality is, this isn't real. I made this up, but it's just fun. It's just fun. And I was like, you know what? It is hilarious. So, then we saw Kane and Kevin going out to lunch. And Kane said he forgot his wallet at home, so Kevin would have to pay for everything. And then Kane ordered up a bunch of stuff. But they were at like a smoothie place, so it wasn't like he ordered up like filet mignon. But it was hilarious because Kevin was like, "Oh, he gonna eat every last bite of this because I'm paying for it. Oh, he eating all of this." But they had a really cool conversation about. They had a really cool conversation about Kelly, and Kane was letting him know. He was like, "Listen, you're the rebound guy. Like, it's cool that Kelly would decide to go out on a date with you, and I understand that you like Kelly, but at the end of the day, her and Andrew do this back and forth, back and forth. Like, that is their cycle. So I would rather you wait, because I don't want to see you be the rebound guy." And Kevin was like, "Yeah, I'm not really trying to be the rebound guy." And Kane was just kind of giving him that, but that's what you're going to be if that's what you're going to end up being. So, honey, it's Baby G's birthday, okay? And um they were like, since this is the only baby we gonna have, oh, we gonna do it up, okay? And baby, they made this huge donation to the Children's Museum to start some sort of like endowment or whatever. And the party was at the Children's Museum. It was a great party. It was way, way, way over the top. Like, way, way, way over the top. And of course, Christine can't help but brag about how much they donated and how big of a donation they made and how much of a donation they made to the museum. So that hopefully that'll help him get into the right schools and be in the right circles. Now listen, I wanted to go to the museum. I wanted to go to the party. She had a Gucci. Y'all know when y'all would go to the carnival and you would have the little thing where it had like the little arm that would come over and grab something, and it never really grabbed what you wanted it to grab. It always grabbed like some stuffed animal that was probably 20 years old that looked like it had been through the fire, the mud, the rain, and all that good stuff. And that's what you ended up with when you really wanted like the little egg that had the $20 bill in it. Yeah, that machine. It was full of Gucci purses. And in my mind, you can't go wrong with that, right? Like, you can't go wrong if you get the. So if you was aiming for that Gucci purse, but you ended up with this Gucci purse, are you really mad? Are you really mad? And it's not like at the carnival where you had to keep putting quarters in and quarters in. It was free. You just had to win it. I would have just stood there the whole day till I got me a Gucci bag or two or three. Like, was it a limit on how many you could wear? I mean, when? Anyway, Anna was there, honey, and y'all know Anna again is so over all of this. She is so unimpressed by all of this shit. Anna then jumped into the ball thing. You know where they got all the big balls. Her and Kevin then jumped into the ball thing, honey. And of course they were having a good time. And Christine was like, I just think Anna just has to have all of the attention. I mean, it just seems like whenever the attention is not on her, she just has to do something to create the attention. Excuse me, pot, meat kettle. I just think Anna was bored and was trying to have fun at your son's 1 year old over the top damn birthday party. But maybe that's because I just like Anna. I don't know. But anyway, it was a cool night. It was what it was, you know. So then Kevin arranged for a shaman to come and talk to the group and sort of just kind of to talk to Kelly and help Kelly process what she needs to process with Andrew or whatever. This is somebody that he said he's known for a long time, and you know, he trusts him and he knows that he really knows his stuff. And so he went around. I guess he went around the whole group, but we really saw him talking to Kevin. And to Kelly. And I'm gonna be honest with you. And that's not to take nothing away from this particular shaman, because according to them, they hadn't told the shaman anything about Kelly's situation. But basically, he hit the nail on the head and basically told her, "Listen, you are in a cycle that is colliding. Like, you are in a situation that you really need to get out of. That is it's a continuing cycle, and it's not helping you. It's not helping you progress. It's not helping you move forward. It's not helping you do the things you want to do. And you know, you have a pattern of these bad relationships. Like, you really need to find something else to do with it." And of course, everybody around him was like, "Duh, we knew that." But of course, because he hadn't shared any of that, it was like, okay, we know. Then he went to go talk to the other young lady. I forget her name, the one who's the trust fund baby child. And he said, you know, you always you always have problems deciding. You always have problems deciding, and you're going to always be in this never-ending cycle if you can't figure out a way to learn how to be decisive. And she was like, "Oh my goodness, he is so right. The other day when I was at the store, I couldn't decide which Chanel to pick up." And everybody just fell out laughing. Like, even in a group among, you know, people with money, that was hilarious, right? He like, "Really, girl? You couldn't figure out which Chanel to buy?" Anyway. So then we see Kim with her mom and her stepdad. We meet her stepdad, who's real cool and sweet. And she said, you know, he's been a part of their life for a long time. Like, he basically raised her. And he raised her as his own. He never, you know, differentiated in children. She was his child. And that's what it was. Kim was letting her mom know that she wanted to find her dad. She wanted to find her biological dad. And, you know, she was very emotional because she was like, "I don't want you in any way, shape, or form to take this as anything bad against you. Like, you were a great mom. He was a great stepdad. I never wanted for anything. But he's my father. And I feel like I need this. I feel like I need to find him. I need to know who this man is." And her mom was like, but you got us. Like, you have me, you got Ken. Like, we're all the parents you really need. And she was like, "Mom, I love you and I appreciate everything that you've done for me, but I long for, you know, at least to know who he is, where he is. I need to ask him the questions." Like, that, I mean, I want to, you know, that means that I will never replace him. Like, you guys will never be replaced by him, but I just need that. And so her mom was upset. I could tell her mom was upset, and she felt some kind of way about it. But I think ultimately she sort of kind of accepted that this is what had to happen. So we're going to a leather party, right? Now listen, in this situation, I'm with Kevin, okay? Somebody say a leather party to me. I have friends who are in the leather lifestyle, okay? I have friends that are into kink and the leather, and so my mind would have went where Kevin mind went. Kevin said he got a friend that's into leather, and he got some stuff from him, and Kevin had all of this, like, kinky leather, you know, stuff that people might wear to, you know, a party, another kind of party. And poor poor Kane shows up in the damn leather coat. Like, dude, where did you think we were going? And Kevin was like, you said leather party. I thought. So anyway, Kevin ends up wearing like this leather strap thingy, but he wore a jacket over top of it. And he's telling Kane about, how he likes Kelly and he's gonna try to shoot his shot. And Kane was just like, all right, I already tried to warn you. You just gonna be the rebound, but go ahead and practice on me. How you gonna ask her out? What are you gonna do? And so they have this whole thing where Kevin practices how he gonna ask Kelly out, and he's so awkward and cute at the same time, child. But the leather party, is Christine and her husband. I guess her husband has his own plastic surgery practice. And so the party is to help them, I guess, promote some of the new things that they have, that they're going to be offering, some of the new procedures and stuff that they're going to be offering down to the practice. And some of the stuff looks very provocative and interesting, and others of it is things I've seen before, like, the butt things and to pull your butt up and all that good stuff. And it was cute. It was a cute thing for what it was. They had a good time. And it did have this whole, like, dominatrix type theme to it, though. I mean, the lights was real low and all these candles burning. And I don't know. It was, listen, I don't think Kevin was wrong. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think Kevin was wrong. So then, while Christine is doing her speech about, all of the different things that they offer about tightening up your abs and your backside and all of the different, plastic surgery things that they offer, she gonna call out Anna. Anna was like, what? Why she call my name? Like, how did I get in this? Anna was like, how the fuck? How you gonna throw my name in this? Like, you talking about your husband's practice and something dealing with sex, and all of a sudden you gonna throw Anna's name into it? And I feel like that's sort of like a throwback to that party where Kelly threw that damn penis pump out the window, and of course it got back to Christina, and so now Christina's throwing it out. You know what I'm saying? The other thing, that's what it was, yeah, because Kelly found a book on anal play. That's what it was. And so Christine kind of was like, yeah, well, I mean, I just took a page out of your book, about anal play. And Anna was like, this bitch. Like, Anna is so over. She's so over her, okay? And she was like, this bitch. So Kevin and Kelly have a little moment with their sort of flirty. And he shoots his shot. And he asks her out on a date. And she agrees to go. She does agree to go on a date. So he's happy and all that good stuff. Now, Kim reached out to Kevin because she said, when I found out that Kevin was adopted, it sort of made me, it endeared me to him. And she's going to talk to a private investigator to help her find her dad. So she asked Kevin to go with her just for some moral support or what have you. I felt like Kevin and Kim going to end up dating, but anyway. So they go, and, the private eye was, like, very honest with her. He was like, listen, this is usually how long it takes. I have to do this, and then I'll get back to you and do that, and then I'll do this, and then this will happen. And he said, but I have to ask you, if I find your father, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to tell him you're looking for him? Do you want me to just give you the information? And he said, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. In situations like this, the best case scenario is that maybe he's passed away, and in that way, you can sort of make up your own answers to the questions without him breaking your heart and saying something you don't want to hear. Kevin was like, that's the best case scenario? He was like, no. Best case scenario is that your dad greets you with hugs and kisses and love and has all of the right answers for you. And I was like, you know what, Kevin? You're right. Because I honestly think that if I was looking for a long lost relative, if I was looking for my dad or something and I found out he was dead, that would be the worst case scenario, because then I would never know answers. Like, even if the answers aren't what I want to hear, I would have an answer. But to not get an answer at all, I would feel some kind of way about that. So I don't know about that one, Mr. Private Eye. Anyway, Kevin and Kelly go out on their date. He took her salsa dancing because he said, I thought that was sexy. It was different. It was out of the box. And they actually had a good time. I mean, I thought it was cool. They kind of had a good time. Every time Kevin tried to reach in and get a kiss, honey, Kelly would give him the side. And he was like, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know why we can't seem to line up. You can't seem to line up because she keep giving you the cheek, bruh. So, um, so ultimately, um, he leaves. The date is over. That nothing happens. And he tells her, he said, "Listen, at the end of the day, we're friends, and if this doesn't turn into anything more, I want us to stay friends." And so she was like, I really like Kevin. He was cool, but the whole night I just kept thinking about Andrew. Like I'm just not ready. So then we see her meet up with Andrew at the park so they could see their puppy. That was just an excuse to see Andrew, ma'am. That was just an excuse to see Andrew. And Andrew basically wants to get back together. He's like, I love you. I want us to work this out. Like, I don't feel like we needed to break up. Like, I know we were going through something and we were having some issues, but I don't feel like we needed to break up. And she was like, see, that's the problem. You didn't see the problem. And, he was like, well, I just feel like, we need to work this out so we can get back. Basically, he wants to just get back together. And I don't think she wants to, but I don't know if she's strong enough not to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people are so caught up in that cycle, they don't know how to get out of it. Some people do eventually, and others just, they never do. And the first thing out of Andrew's mouth was, so have you been going out on dates? And I'm thinking, if we're not together and we're not a couple, that's not your business. Now, I'm glad she didn't say, yeah, me and Kevin went out on a date, because, Andrew already was feeling some kind of way about Kevin because he had made those comments before. But, yeah, I don't know. This Andrew thing, it's just not good. It's just not a good look. Anyway, that's what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.